why you can manage it together, or?
I mean, we have our own personal savings and expenditure and everything, which we don't really...
Cross.
We don't... Yeah. But I think we manage our investments together.
But it's still quite a thing, right? Like to manage your investments together. Why do you decide to pool together?
Two brains are better than one.
Yes. And it's a lot
I
easier.
don't always agree with that. I don't always agree with that.
How are two brains are better than one?
Okay. Nice. Okay. Anyway, you guys sound great. We're good.
That's good.
I don't expect you to feel jittery lah. Are you feeling jittery?
No,
right? Yeah. This is your bread and butter.
Not really. Our usually was scripted. This is unscripted.
Do you know I only recently learned about this thing, like unscripted? Yeah, because I'm not from the media space. I have no media background.
Right.
So only recently when I was talking to the VC guys, right? And then they were like, oh yeah, so we're very good with the scripted medium. And then now we're exploring the unscripted. Then I was like, Simisai is unscripted medium. It's like what you guys do lah? You're unscripted. I was like, oh, we are considered unscripted because we just talk cock, right? Yeah. And then hopefully someone listens in and says, oh, okay, so I learned, right? And it's an industry lingo, right?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Welcome to another unscripted episode of Chills with TFC, right? So you want to introduce yourself for people that don't yet know you, probably like millennials and older.
He is a Gen Z.
True blue.
Millennial
Gen Z.
Half.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
1996.
Yes, 1996. So I'm 27 this year.
Okay.
That's right in the middle. Actually, it's interesting when it comes to like millennials and Gen Zs, because the way that Pew Research tries to define Gen Zs and millennials is through experiences. So for example, most millennials would remember the 2008 or 9/11. Again, all the research is done in the US.
Who
So
cares?
2008,
Who cares about the Pew
9/11.
Research, right? For Gen Z and millennial. But anyway, okay, yes. Please go for it.
Yeah, so as if millennials go through all of that, and that's something that impacts them, like some millennials would have graduated right in 2008, so they can't find a job, and they went through that, and that's what defines that generation, or it's a part of the experience that defines the generation. But for Gen Zs, that's not something they went through. And for the major experiences that the millennials went through, I feel that I don't have that experience, which makes me just feel a little bit separated from them as well. Yeah, so that's just like why I'm like right smack in the middle of Gen Z and millennial.
But he just picks whatever suits. When he's hanging around millennials, he's like, I'm a millennial Gen Z son. And then when he's with Gen Z, he's like, oh my god, I'm so old.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
So opportunistic, right? Cannot.
I fit in the millennial group as well, right here.
Okay, great.
I understand
We
the
disown
reference.
you.
Yeah. And you are true and true Gen Z, or
I am
you're true and true
true
millennial?
millennial.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm the younger end of the millennial. So some of the experiences are different from my older millennial friends. So they'll make fun of me. They're like, are you sure you're a millennial? Did you ever have a pager? And I'm like, no.
Wait,
but...
must have pager then considered millennial, man?
Which is
I never had a pager.
That's what I was like, I never had a pager too.
Okay. So this is Aaron and Sarah. People know you guys as the Weeblings, right? So yeah. Any other things that they need to know about you other than like you do TikTok, and
I mean, I
talk
guess
about personal finance.
just a background of our channel. We basically started because we are siblings on a journey to $1 million, and we wanted to bring people into the community and go on that journey with us. That was the main reason why we started TikTok, and then it kind of grew from there. Yeah, we were just sharing our trades. Back then we were trading a lot more than now, and our side hustles and just personal finance journey.
Why you trade less now?
Because the markets are bad. So we
I saw your videos. I was like, yeah, that is. It's like, yeah, we 1,700, blah, blah, blah. But this month we lost $800. I was like, it's like, guys, relax. Okay,
yeah, which is why like now we also focus a lot more on investing, long-term investing than trading. So it really depends on the market. I mean, Aaron still does trade, but we feel like people are less interested. So we do still trade on our own, but we just don't talk about it as much because we give the audience what they want to see, right? So they are less interested in our trade. So we just talk more about long-term investing and how we're saving money and things like that.
Yeah, maybe that.
Pray to the algo god. Yeah. Okay, fair. And do you have a full-time job by any chance, or?
Sarah has a full-time job.
Yeah.
I just graduated. So I'm right in the midst of figuring out what I want to do.
Unemployed
So unemployed at the moment.
Unemployed, not very sexy. I know it's fun employed these days. So it's like, but okay.
Yeah, so I guess for me and my sister, I guess we're also trying to start our own social media agency. So we're still trying to figure that out. I haven't graduated yet, so I'm still trying to like figure out how I'm going to do this and what we're going to do moving forward.
Yeah.
But we already managed to get 1 or 2 clients.
Yeah. Because I think this content creation thing came quite out of the blue. We didn't expect to grow or gain a following as quickly as we did. We thought we were going to be doing it for years on the side for fun and not earn any money or whatever. And we weren't even sure if we would fall in love with it. But we quickly gained a small community and we kind of fell in love with it. And so we are just trying to find ways to sustainably continue create content, which is where the agency comes in to help be the cash cow.
Yeah, I know.
The small cash cow now to sustain our content creation dreams.
Because sponsorship not consistent, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not.
I saw that video. It was like,
Yeah.
sponsorship not consistent. Yeah, I know. I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
But who's your biggest sponsor, if you don't mind
biggest
sharing?
Sponsors.
Great.
I think, no, but our biggest long-term one is Saif, I think.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
and we really enjoy working with them too.
So Saif bought you out essentially.
Oh yeah, Saif is good as well.
Saif is our biggest.
Cool. Okay, yeah. So tell me a little bit about like this whole sibling managing money together kind of thing. Because truth be told, I feel like a lot of siblings don't talk about money and like quarrel over it. And I don't know, is it because like you guys are not at the stage, like you still live together?
Yeah.
Pretty much you haven't like kind of like moved out or have your own family and all that.
Yeah.
Is that a situation where you can manage it together or?
I mean, we have our own personal savings and expenditure and everything, which we don't really
Cross.
As long as I'm not borrowing money from him and I'm not broke and eating his leftover food, I think he's not going
Eat
to
leftover is okay, right? Eat leftover is okay. Just don't.
like as long as he looks at me, he knows that I'm being sustainable with my money and him likewise. I think it's fine. But I think we manage our investments together, not like all of our money. We don't have like a joint bank account. That's a bit weird.
Yeah.
we
So
have
it's
our-
just the investments.
Yeah, it's just our investments.
But it's still quite a thing, right? Like to manage your investments together. Why do you decide to pull together?
2 brains are better than one.
Yes. And it's a lot
I
easier.
don't always agree with that. I don't always agree with that.
How are 2 brains are better than one?
Okay. That's their house view, not
yes.
my house view. But yes.
It makes it easier for us to manage because Sarah's better at some things and I'm better at some things.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I'm trading, there are some trades where I do need a little bit more capital just to enter a trade. And Sarah wouldn't mind entering the trade as well. So instead of like always borrowing money, transferring the money, making the trade, then like transferring the money out afterwards, we just like pulled in together once. And then that's just kind of how it is. And then as the money grows, we don't take out our investments. So it just kept growing and growing and growing. So now we're all managing it together.
There was a period of time that we were trying this options strategy that required one of us to be awake late in the night. So that'll be me because our sleeping schedules are also very different. He wakes up at like 6, 7 a.m. and I sleep at like 3, 4 a.m.
Why?
Yes. So there is this strategy called Iron Condor, but I was trying to do something a little bit different, where it wasn't an exact Iron Condor. It's a little bit asymmetrical. So
you want to overweight certain things.
Yes, I want to overweight. So it's a little bit overweight, but then I buy a put just in case a market crash, then I'll still have like a hitch. So
I get it.
the way that I wanted to manage it was manage it once a day, which is around when market opens. The problem was during that period, I think I was in army.
No,
Or
you
was it
were uni.
Or uni. But basically, I needed to sleep very early. And markets open in Singapore about 10:30-ish, around that period of time, 9:30 to 10:30. And I'll be getting ready to sleep. So by the time I want to make any adjustments, I'll be half asleep. And what happened was I would stay up and I'll make the adjustments. I'll focus and think very hard. And by the time I'm done of all of that, I'll be sleeping at 12, maybe 1. And then I got to wake up at 7 the next day. So completely unsustainable. But then you see, Sarah sleeps at like 4 a.m. every day.
You have a full-time job.
Yeah, but I can
American hours, is it?
I run my family business.
Okay.
So I work from home and stuff.
So you're 老板 lah, right?
My dad is the
哦
老板.
that's the 老板. Okay, sorry, Dad. Sorry. Yeah. You're the 老板 in lieu, right? So a bit more
Yeah.
buffer.
So I
in
mean,
terms of
I
that.
don't run the business. Sorry, wrong word. I help my dad run the business. So I don't have to be in office at a set hour, and also I find that I work better at night. So I like having the afternoons for meetings and then the nights for deep work.
Yeah. Okay, but what's your experience so far managing your investments together? I mean, they can go to your TikTok to see all the numbers and everything, but I want to hear like, your experience managing it together, because I believe that there's some value in managing collectively.
I think it's been fun.
Yeah.
And it's basically a lot more fun than doing it on your own. And also, I don't think we have that many friends that are extremely interested in this. So we have each other, which is basically like 50% of all our hobbies. There's no one else that we have to talk about. So we're like,
what other hobbies? Why so indie?
like productivity.
Yeah,
Biohacking,
and we are
things
going
like
to
that.
rock climb, or you're not rock climbing today,
Oh,
but
rock
we
climb
normally
quite
rock climb
trendy these days,
every week together as
Yeah.
well.
So rock climbing, we have friends doing that with us. But I think the
Biohacking,
productivity
yeah.
niche, especially like productivity apps, things like that.
But like
nerdy stuff.
investing as well, it's quite good to have like two people, because sometimes you get like great ideas and you just want to tell someone so that you don't get confirmation bias. So you can at least talk to someone else about it. And we actually have different investment accounts as well, but like some of it is in Sarah's. Like she has an account for Mumu, which she manages some of our money there. And then I have some on TD and Mary Trade. And so we like actually have split accounts, but all the money is kind of together as well.
Okay, fair. So then, how do you reconcile your differences then? Like when you're managing your money together?
I think we're quite safe with our investments, so there'll
Hey, you
never
iron
be
condor trade. Then you tell me you save. Is it relative?
Safe meaning relative to the amount of money that we have, right? If let's say we have $1 million, for example, which we do not, we have nowhere close to $1 million. Let's say $100. If we have $100, he would say, let's put $10 in this, which is fine. He would never be like, let's put $999.
Oh yeah, we take risk management very seriously. So in all of our trades, we don't risk more than 5% of our portfolio. Like our most extreme trades is about 5% of the portfolio. So even for our iron condors as well, we have stop losses around like 5 to 6%.
So I think our overarching strategy is still the same, which means we care a lot about risk management. We believe in slow, sustainable growth versus degen.
Yeah, but sometimes hands get a bit itchy.
We still do that, but we realize that that's gambling and that's not our strategy. Basically, we're like, okay, we're going to put a small amount of money and we will be okay if we lose everything.
Yes. Yeah. And then we did.
Which trade you lost everything?
I wasn't a trader, it was Luna.
Yeah, it was Luna.
Okay. That's a real gamble. That's a real gamble. Okay.
That was probably the worst.
Yeah, I think that was the worst.
But we didn't get upset with each other over it either.
Yeah, because the money that we put into Luna, so like we've been just whacking because it was fun. Back then it was a crypto boom. So we bought into like Sand, we bought into Gala, we bought into a lot of the coins that went like 10x, 9x. So like $1,000 became like 10,000, became 15,000. And then after that we're like, all right, the next one, the big one, let's try Luna. But then that was the one that collapsed. So I was like,
oh my god.
I mean, technically we did make quite a bit of money from Luna and we took it out. But we put it into Anchor. That was the problem. Yeah. So we caught the jump, but we put the profit into Anchor.
Yeah. We thought like, that will be safe. That'll be fine. Nah, that wasn't fine.
That wasn't fine.
That was not fine.
Oh well.
So are you still cryptoing?
Actually,
a little bit,
yes. We just don't talk about it so much because no one's interested in it. But
really, you vividly
scenes,
see the algo not giving you the views when you talk about crypto.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it just doesn't. It just like dies. Not
Serious?
interesting at all. Yeah.
Okay.
So we just don't talk about it, but we still do. But right now, we're not looking into like a lot of small coins. We are simply trading the Bitcoin and Ethereum, mainly because it's a lot easier to trade. There are patterns that we can see, mainly just from technical analysis, and then I have my own indicators that I developed, and I just use those, and it just helps me trade. And like that's basically it.
Okay. So no more altcoins, no nothing.
Altcoins.
What will you tell the newer people starting investing? Dipping their toes, because there was a period of time like this whole crypto shit, right? It's all over, it's in your face,
I mean, I'm just keeping an eye on it because it will happen again. It's going to be this next crypto run and it's going to be huge and everybody's going to be talking about it. I just want to make sure that I'm in front of everyone. That's basically it. So I'm keeping an eye on it, looking at where the market is going. I mean, it's happened once, it's happened twice, it's happened 3 times, and it's happened kind of 4 times. So I'm guessing it's going to happen a 5th time.
So it's pure technical. We're not talking about any like fundamentals. You're not concerned about like more legislation, more capital controls in the space, like maybe your momentums will not be as high because of all these new controls that are coming in.
But it's
leverage
quite
caps.
hard for you to stop it. Maybe you would stop the big exchanges, but if you stop one of the big exchange, then if money wants to flow into something, the money will still flow there. So if you're going to stop like Binance from working, someone's going to go to somewhere else, and that's why people go to FTX. It went down, the money's going to go somewhere. Now it's going to Kraken, it's going into KuCoin. It will end up somewhere. And companies that learn how to navigate these waters will be able to get their capital. And if not, there's also a whole small section of crypto right now called DeFi, and they're just like trying their best to circumvent all of this. So where there's a will, there's a way. Someone will find a way to help capital flow in. So I'm not too worried about it. And again, for me, I don't know the future of crypto. It's just like software. I don't know where is it going to go, but I do know that when the money flows in, I just want to chase along with it.
You just want to chase momentum.
And we're not advocating that you should put all your money into crypto ever. It's just, to us, it's just another asset class where you can diversify your investments that you should look into if you have the capacity.
Okay, so what are you advocating then?
Advocating education.
That's like Miss Universe talk, world peace. Thank you, everybody. That world peace.
Advocating education in the sense that, like, what he's saying, that we're just keeping an eye out on it, and we feel like the rest of the people should too, so that they're not stuck behind when something happens.
And also, well, I don't think you should be chasing like gains, but if you are, it's more like a gamble. It's not an investing strategy. It's not even a trading strategy. It's just like a gamble, and it's just like a hunch. You should never put all your money in. But it's not just in crypto, because even in stocks as well. You have Tesla. It was heavily inflated, and now it's come back down. So if you caught onto the Tesla hype train, you would have made a lot of money. It didn't make sense for Tesla to be worth that much at that point of time, but when money wants to go, price will go up. So it's the same thing. Like now we have Nvidia going up as well, and just the past month, like Palantir is up 60% as well. So there's so many things that are just going up. So if you just follow the narrative, follow the money, then you might be able to catch some gains from it, which is what we try to do sometimes when we have time.
So does it work?
Oh, yeah, it does. We actually just caught Palantir just a couple of days ago. So we managed to just make a small amount. Like it went up 60%, but I'm not that great. I can catch the bottom. We just caught the middle. So it's just a small like 10-20% gain. But we were able to catch it because we were on the narrative and we saw that Palantir was doing very well. New earnings call, and the whole AI thing, right? Everybody's talking about AI right now. You have ChatGPT coming out, Bing, and Google is Bard.
Bing. Sorry, Bing. I remember Bing, but not for these reasons.
And now, because of AI, it's suddenly front and center again. So like AI is pushing things left and right. But Palantir was like the OG AI. Like before AI was trendy, there was Palantir. So like now that this whole AI craze is going on, people are like realizing that, oh, there's this one company in the past that was really into AI, and it's Palantir. But everybody just ran away from it because it didn't make any money. But right now, it's finally turning a profit. So when you see that, it's like, oh, let's keep an eye on it. I think it's trading at $16 as of today. It used to be trading at $40. So there's a lot of upside. So there's something that you want to chase. You might want to look at this, but not that you should. And you should be putting a very, very, very small amount. Disclaimer.
Very jittery,
Very small amount.
Recently I learned something. No, this is not financial advice. It's not enough. This is never financial advice. Never. I was like, wow, that is great. Great evolution.
This is what I am doing. Not asking anyone to do it. Let's just put it out that way.
Yeah. I think we covered Palantir about 2 years ago already, right? So we already did some deep dives around it. So go and check out our interview with Eugene. You know, it's quite a crazy guy, lah. You know, Eugene's a friend, so I can say he's crazy, right? So go and check out our deep dives with him. You know, around Palantir, right? So it's great. It's great. It's good. Okay. So then going forward, what are your plans then? Like when it comes to accumulating more money, when it comes to like doing this whole shenanigan of like road to $1 million, you know, all that jazz. And what will you tell people essentially? Like
we're focusing now 50% of our time on building our business.
So no more Iron Condor. Iron Condor tell me basic, but anyway, yes, please continue. Yeah.
Not as much anymore, because we spend a lot of our brain's bandwidth on trying to build the business, on trying to come up with a good social media strategy. And I think that's where we're focusing a lot of our time now, on our side hustles, things like that. Yeah, that's
so building the capital, waiting for the big break.
Correct, because right now our capital isn't that great. So even when the percentage of our growth can be big, the actual number is not as big, and we feel like we need to earn more money and then put it back into the markets, which is actually what we're doing. We have not taken out a single cent from the sponsorship money that we have earned at all. We've all put it back into investing so that we can create more content. Except for once we brought our parents out for dinner, and that's it. I think that's the only thing we spent on.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Were parents very proud that day? It's like, finally,
yeah,
these
so
people that
bad.
stay at my house for 20 over years, right, treat me to makan, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's what we're trying to do, trying to grow our capital that way.
Yeah, and then because we both are quite interested in starting a business as well, we
Yeah.
tried a few things multiple times.
Yeah. The best success was still social media, but the
Yeah.
one before was also,
Yeah, it was not too bad.
yeah.
What was before?
It's an e-commerce business. We designed an iPad sleeve, a magnetic iPad sleeve, and we sold that during COVID with $0 in marketing.
Oh yeah, $0 in marketing. So we had to come up with creative ways to market. But actually, that's how we also thought of getting into social media.
Yeah.
Because we realized that, hey, we got this great product. People want it. People are willing to
What
pay
makes you
for
so sure
it.
people want it?
Well, because people are buying it.
So we,
logic leaps, huh?
so
Okay.
we basically
Yeah, it's like-
launched. So we built a website first. We launched it when people started ordering. Then we made the purchase for the bulk order.
So you
Yeah.
BDO'd it, lah, essentially, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we knew
So
that there was
Singapore, huh?
demand already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But we quickly realized that one of the best ways to get more sales is to do ads and get marketing out, to spend money on marketing. But then we realized that all of the money is going into marketing. If we were to go down that route, we would be spending everything on marketing instead of actually making any profit. So our profit margin would shrink a lot just because of marketing. So I think that's where we got interested in social media, because we saw how other products are being sold online. They're on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. You have influencers who are showcasing a product, and then that product just like takes off after that. So we realized how important it is to also have a social presence sometimes.
Yeah.
And we thought, oh, why not we try? And we didn't actually start TikTok because of that. We actually created a separate YouTube channel talking about productivity.
It's called 25-hour day.
25-hour day.
Because when you watch our videos, we give you 1 extra hour a day.
You will become so productive that it feels like you have 25 hours a day. So like that's the whole idea.
Yeah.
So we started that, but we didn't want to show our face. So it's just talking.
So it was a faceless channel basically. Yeah. It was
B-roll
a-
and us talking.
It was a faceless channel with a Singaporean accent, which did not
Yes.
obviously do
Which
well.
obviously did not fly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
okay. So how was that business then? How was it? Like your whole sleeves, magnetic sleeve thing.
it is still ongoing now.
Yeah.
We have already turned the profit,
Yeah.
but the amount of hours that we spend into it was a lot.
Mm.
And again, like trying to find out creative ways to market and get more sales
How much
was
are you
also
making
taking a
from
lot.
there, from a sales perspective?
Not a lot in total. We've made in revenue, we crossed 10K last year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. And it became mostly like a passive business. So
Yeah.
at first we were working really hard to start to post pictures on socials and things like that. And then we stopped because we realized that we're just gonna like
Share the-
we
share the
already shared
secret.
the
Yeah.
secret on TikTok
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
Basically,
yeah,
we
yeah.
use Reddit.
Ah.
Yeah. So
okay,
that was
okay.
our biggest driver. We didn't have to spend a single cent except for create one Reddit account.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I find out keywords. So like iPad, new iPad, Magic Keyboard, MacBooks, iPad mini, iPad Pros, all those keywords that would normally appear. So I
Wrote a
set
script.
up something like,
Yeah.
like a script that would just track all of these things that are coming out from our Mac, our iPad, from all these channels. And then whenever a new post had all these keywords coming in, it will just like send us
Us
a
a
telegram.
telegram.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
from there, we'll be able to see oh, someone's talking about it. Because some people are asking whether there's a sleeve that is like ours or what do they recommend. And then we'll just tell them, hey,
Yeah.
you can check this out. We are the one who
And
created
we're
it.
reaching them right at the end of the buying cycle, right? We don't have to convince them because on TikTok and Instagram, a lot of the ads you see, they're trying to convince you that you have a problem that they can solve versus we are going straight to the person who is like, I have a problem. How do I solve it? And we give them the solution and they
Buyer
buy.
intent is very high.
Yeah.
So that's how we
Ah.
got our sales that way.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
And because the
Okay.
post will be on the Reddit channel. Reddit what?
Subreddit.
On the subreddit.
See, clearly only over account only. Open account, write a script, they are ping and go and hunt.
I'm definitely not a Reddit
Right.
person.
Okay.
The first time I opened Reddit was because of him. Yeah.
You sound like a Reddit person.
Yeah, he
Oh,
is
yes,
a Reddit
I-
person.
Totally,
yeah,
it's not like
yeah,
you were
I'm
going to
always
like
on
Reddit
Reddit.
holes on
Yeah.
Reddit, right?
Yeah.
You're that type of person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where I
Okay.
find a lot of things as well, which is why I appreciate it. Even though I know sometimes people are trying to sell me things there, but sometimes it's very unique because if you go onto big channels, they are always advertising your very typical brands. For example, if I want an iPad keyboard, they're going to recommend you like the Apple one or Logitech one, then it just stops there. But there's so many other things that I want to search for or that is interesting. Usually on Reddit, you will
Yeah.
find, and then that's where I find interesting stuff. So I thought my product was interesting. Why
Yeah,
not?
but
try
he
to put
converted
it
me
there?
into a Reddit person because now every single thing I Google, I'm like, how do you blah 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 Reddit? at the end.
Serious?
Oh yeah, but that's basically how I search nowadays.
Yeah.
It's always like
Because I don't want the listicles that are all sponsored by
Uh-uh.
like a bunch of companies that, you know.
Yeah.
You know too much, right? This is like it's work hazard. It's like when you go, it's like, I know lah, the third one is a sponsored post lah, right? First two is, a bit more shenanigan, and then the last two will be sponsored posts
Yeah.
or
So
something.
I want real people information.
yes.
Oh my goodness. Hey, welcome to the Financial Coconut Podcast Network. I'm your host, Reggie, aka your Chief Financial Coconut. And if you're loving what we're creating here, like, share, subscribe, share with your loved ones, comment in the comment section below. And yeah, we'll see you for great content on Chills with TFC. Okay, fair. So then, with all that shenanigan in ongoing, right, making money and then investing and all that jazz, right? Are you like gonna double down on this at this point in time, and you're gonna give up the whole like Singapore traditional work a job type of situation?
Kind of, yeah. Well, for now, we're double downing on content creation, social media, and the agency.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everything is taking a sideline. So the e-commerce business right now is also just on the side. Whatever money is coming in, we'll just reship out the orders and stuff. But we're not actively marketing it anymore.
Yeah. I think that's why we also trade a little bit less, because to trade every day, you need to be in the markets every single day and really understand it. So it takes up a lot of time as well. And as
I really
we're
rather
trying
just
to
watch YouTube. Then
Yeah.
So I was like, guys, I have a long day. Just give me a break.
Yeah.
And it's always at night. So it's always at the end of the day, and you have to read up and then trade, which is why like sometimes I'm just like, maybe trade less, just go back to investing, because I can make money through investing as well. So trading nowadays is just swing trades, because I would rather hold a position for 4 to 5 days to maybe 1 month sometimes, rather than like day trading, because it just takes way too much time. I can make money from trading, but my capital is so small that it doesn't make sense. I would much rather learn other skills. Start an agency. They'll teach me sales, marketing, videography, everything that comes with it. And I'll pick up skills and I can still earn some money.
Yeah.
I hope.
Anyway, our main strategy for investing is still dollar cost averaging into the S&P and some other ETFs. And we believe that that's what's going to give us the most sustainable growth. Everything else is just for fun, right? Trading is for us just for fun, to make that a few extra dollars. Yeah.
Just for fun is quite a risky thing, right? In the
instead
mindset of just for fun.
of
You know what
like
I'm
going
saying?
to gambling with your friends, instead of going to a casino, instead of going
you,
out for
are you really
drinks
going to draw a parallel there?
Yes,
Are you really going to
kind
draw a
of, like,
parallel there?
I mean, because it depends on how you look at it. If you look at it as a way to become rich, then maybe it's dangerous. For us, it's a way to have fun. So instead of spending $50 on alcohol, you could spend $50 and trade. Yeah, because it's fun. It gives you the adrenaline, it gives you the dopamine rush.
Yes,
and
it does.
if it
It's very
does,
fun.
and if it's more fun than going to the club for you, then sure. I mean, I still go to the club, but you know, not saying that I don't. But,
You will see her there very often.
You can
Every
do
Friday night, you will see her there.
but he doesn't. He's quite a home
I mean, he sleeps
nerdy.
10. Wakes up at 5:30.
Yes,
What
yes.
club? What club? Botanic garden, right? Or something like that. Yes.
So yeah. So I think that's what we mean by fun.
Okay. That's interesting, because even for myself, when I first started, I also stock pick. I'm a very fundamental guy lah. Right, so I do stock picking, I read up on all those things, which is a lot of work, but you do learn a lot of stuff. So like these days, even when we are building other shows that are not in the personal finance phase, we do work with other guys, right? And then like tech guys, they come in, talk to us, we want to build a show, can we work with you guys? Then when they talk, I understand everything. They're like, how the hell do you know everything? Because I read your 10K, right? Because I read all your annual reports. I read your investor relations stuff. And I was like, oh wow, okay, yeah. So I think there's some of that. But even for me, I am at a point where even my strategy has changed because I am just too occupied to keep up with those things. And I was like, just let the professional do it. Just buy the broad-based ETFs and just do the whole DCA thing. But you have to be comfortable to realize that you're not going to get a big upside, right? Right?
Slow, steady,
you're just going to
sustainable
do
growth.
like a
Yes, it
6%, 7%, at best, after everything. Right? And that's it. And you're comfortable with that. And you think that is the way to go.
Yes. And we also believe that people who get rich too quick lose the money a lot faster anyway.
Wow, a lot of logic leap. Come share with me. Like why you believe it that way? Like what constitutes the basis of thought?
So there was this study done in the US where they...
Is it Pew Research?
Okay,
again?
sorry.
Don't
I'm
make
not even
Pew
sure.
Research,
I'm
was
not even sure if it was it's definitely not like a scientific evidence-based study. But they surveyed, or I can't remember if it was a survey or they basically just found the numbers. But basically what I read was that a lot of people who made money off lotteries, so lottery winners, became more depressed and lost most of their money within the next few years. Because the skill it takes to grow money is a very different skill from maintaining wealth. So the thing is that when you don't even have the skill of growing money, you don't know how to maintain it. So when you get a huge amount of money, like crypto, a lot of crypto millionaires, they get a
shit ton of money. It's okay. Just say it, it's okay. Just go. It's like, unless it's off brand for you, I am fine. We are old enough. I'm not going to police speech, right? Please go for that.
When they make a shit ton of money from crypto gains, a lot of them don't actually hold on to the money for that long. They put it into something else and they lose that the next day. Or they just recklessly spend it. Because I really strongly believe that knowing how to manage wealth is very different from knowing how to grow wealth.
Yeah.
It's a different set of skills. And I feel like if you don't have that skill and you don't hone it from learning how to save, from learning how to sustainably build wealth and not dream and wish for like a 10,000x gain, you'll never learn how to be able to manage your money properly.
But you do realize that by virtue of that being two different skill sets, right? You don't need to be good at the first skill set, you can be great at the second skill set. You know what I mean? Like you can totally just be a crypto millionaire or like win the lottery and you're bad at making money, right? In other words, you're horrible at making money, you just kena this one time big pot. But you can be amazing at managing it. These two things are not mutually exclusive. The success of the first thing does not indicate the success of the second thing.
That's true. But I think when we talk about sustainably building wealth, you kind of build things like patience, perseverance, and all those things are important to managing wealth.
Yeah. I'm not disputing that.
Versus when you're the type that makes money very quickly, which means you can be a go-getter, you can be very good at taking risks and very okay with taking very big risks. Those are not skills that will tide over to managing money well. Taking big risks being like a big example.
Yeah. Fair. But they are not mutually exclusive.
They're not. They're definitely not mutually exclusive.
Okay. Fair. That's cool. That's interesting. So give me something that the Gen Zs do that you think the millennials need to keep up, you know?
Oh, Aaron has the answer to that.
Right. Like you think like, millennials always talk about this method or this way of life. It's passé already. Keep up. We are the new rulers.
Keep up.
Maybe some from a managing money standpoint or from a making money standpoint.
Biggest difference I see between millennials and Gen Zs are that millennials look at money as a necessity, like a safety blanket, versus Gen Zs who look at money like a tool. So
really?
Yeah. So there's this survey that we found by Intuit. They basically talked about how Gen Zs look at money as a means to an end. Like they live life with bigger dreams than getting rich. They want to be happy and they feel like money is a way to bring them to that goal. Versus for millennials, a lot of us, we work towards getting rich and earning money as the main goal. Yeah. But I think to me, one reason why I feel like Gen Zs could have this mindset is because a lot of the Gen Zs, they have just graduated and they're living with their parents and they haven't had to face the realities that a lot of the older millennials, like my friends, have started to face, like aging parents, taking care of their parents, having kids, having a house to pay for. And I think that's why they still feel like they would rather be happy than work hard and earn money. But I do think that sometimes millennials, we focus too much on just getting rich and forgetting about other things. So I think there's a balance.
I think I can second that. I can't speak for all Gen Zs, but as I was studying,
you speak for elder Gen Zs. front end of the Gen Zs.
I was doing my clinicals, and then everyone was talking about money because we were working very hard. We have to. So I studied physiotherapy, and so we had clinicals. I have to head down to the hospitals. Well, that we start work at 8 and we leave at 6, which means you're supposed to arrive at 7, and so it's like basically, and the hospital can be very far, like 1.5 hour to 2 hours, depending on the traffic that day. So a lot of us were sitting there and complaining like we are spending like 14 hours a day working, and then the pay isn't very good, and then patients don't really treat you very well. Is it very fulfilling? And they talk about money, and that was when I kind of realized that everyone just wanted money to be happy, to do whatever they want to do. Use the money to travel, use the money to buy the things that they want, more than like just to make money. They just want to get more money. They just wanted to figure out how they can spend the money, basically. Which I feel that maybe it's because we're all still young, including myself, because I was into the conversation as well. I was like, I wanted to use the money. I wanted to go travel. Let's go Korea when we graduate. And then we're going to go Australia and everything. I think Sarah's right on that part because at that point of time, none of us were thinking about, oh, our parents are going to get older or we're going to have to like buy a house and then we're going to get married. And it's all, if you're going to go through all of that. So like none of that came into our minds during the conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay, to be fair, I'm from the view that there are some structural changes over the decades.
Yeah.
But it's a phase of life type of thing rather than like a Gen Z millennial divide, you know?
Yeah,
Agreed.
exactly.
Yeah, it's like when we were younger, we also don't think about it.
Yeah,
Right? Just chiong only,
exactly,
right?
that's
Friday,
what I
Saturday,
feel.
Zoom
That's why.
Zakah, right? It's like, which one you go? Right? And our parents got disco. Back then, they also disco. You can ask them, you can dig out their old pictures, right? Then they're like, wow, like, perm. Then they're like, you know, it's like, they all had it, right?
Yeah.
So it's a phase of life type of thing and not so much a generational difference. How do you think about that?
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
Agree.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I think Gen Zs, but Gen Zs, or at least the younger generation, are very tech savvy. And so I realized that a lot of people in the millennial generation, they tend to like, oh, let's buy the S&P 500. They go into brokers and they try to DCA and everything.
Robo-advisors and...
Not as many. So I find that Gen Zs, especially people my age, none of them even think about like DCing and all of that. They just want a robo-advisor to do it for them. Like they're very, very comfortable with the idea of a robo-advisor. And some of them even trust it more.
They're human.
Yes.
But they don't realize behind got humans also.
Yeah. But the idea that it's technology, right? It just sounds better. And there's a huge buy-in because I think 1 out of every 4 person I know in like physio, so it's healthcare, has some sort of robo-advisor account set up and they're using it. Yeah. So it's pretty interesting.
But do Gen Zs know that robo-advisors have a wrapping fee around those things?
No.
Like if you directly buy the fund, it's actually cheaper, right?
Yes.
Like we all know, right? These things like
Yes.
Yeah.
right. So Gen Z, if you're listening, millennials, if you're listening, right? If you don't need a complex strategy, you're just going to do the like mundane, very old, probably diversify. Your fees can go to 0.03%, right? Why do you need to stop at 0.5%?
Yeah.
Right. But of course, certain robo-advisors will give you like more, you know,
Correct.
pattern, right?
Yeah.
Or things that are like different, hard to get out there.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how much time you want to invest as well.
Yes.
Like if you're very busy or you just, there are some people who just really not interested in finance. And I guess that 0.02 extra that they're paying, but it's worth it better than not investing at all. Because I feel like some of them, if they don't put the money in a robo-advisor, they'll just put it in their bank. So I think then that's worth it for them.
Yeah. Fair. But human advisor even more expensive, right?
Yes.
So it's a tier, right? If you go for the human advisor, most expensive. The robo has found some sort of a software scale around it, so they charge you a little bit less. And if you go directly from the fund guys, you know, it's even cheaper. But it's the amount of work that you want to put in.
Yes.
Okay, great. So any last words for people that are starting out managing money or managing their money and relationship with their sibling? Has anybody asked you guys like, how can y'all do it together? Why y'all sound so happy managing money together? Has nobody asked you that at all?
I think if people do ask us like how we're so close and stuff. Well, nobody ask us how, but they just comment on how surprised they are. Yeah.
But when we were younger, she used to bully me a lot. She would beat me up, pinch me,
Shame
and
her.
it's like, and it's like I have bruises all over. Come back, parents ask me, "What happened to you? Why do you have bruises on your arm?" Sarah bullied me. So
yeah, but somehow we grew up super close.
yeah.
Our parents always say that they are very relieved right now and thankful of how close we've become.
Nice.
Yeah.
So any last tip for our audience trying to be closer with their sibling and talk about money?
Communicate?
Communicate-ish.
Duh. Communicate is like another like world peace style reply. Like how do you communicate? Like give me something that's tangible, like a particular scenario that, you know, it was hard, but you guys talked about it. How do you talk about it? You know, specific to money. That'll be great.
I don't know. The last time we fought was like 10 years ago, I think.
You're so kumbaya.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
So if there's anything that I feel like I'm a little bit annoyed or he feels like he's a little bit annoyed, but he rarely is annoyed, usually if I feel like I'm a little bit annoyed, then I'll just tell him about it. Yeah.
Actually, no, for us, it's kind of like we just sense it. Like when I see Sarah, it's like she's busy or like she have that weird like stare. Then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to walk away.
Especially when I'm waking up in the morning. He has made that mistake a few times and he doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah. So they're just like some things that I just figure out like, oh, that's when she just doesn't want to be disturbed and then that's fine. And then there are other times when I can just disturb the heck out of her. It's so satisfying.
Yeah.
For all the time she bullied me when we were young.
But also because we're very different, I think. Like we complement each other well enough as siblings. I'm very talkative, he's not.
She can't keep quiet.
I'm
Usually
extroverted,
that's
he's
the case.
introverted. So I'm usually in his room. Yeah. I don't know. Tips.
Give them tips.
We give money tips. I don't know what sibling tips you can give except for to be born with the right Sibling because
That's a complex discussion.
It's
We
just
should have a, we
luck.
should have a series for that. Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like we just got lucky. Yeah.
If you don't have time to do research, DCAing into ETFs would be a very good option. I think that's like the basic. But if you do have time, then just look into some of the top companies and then just like cherry pick those. I think it's not too difficult. And if you're a Singaporean, don't ignore the Singapore stock market. There are some very good stocks to buy from in Singapore as well. And you don't get taxed on dividends in Singapore. That's a key difference between Singapore market and US market.
Fair. You?
Oh, me too.
Of course.
For me, it would be more personal finance stuff. Like one, keep an emergency fund. That's extremely important because
How big is your emergency fund?
my emergency fund is right now it's about 3 months.
Okay.
But so I'll say 3 to 6 months depending on your life stage. So if you have to take care of parents or kids, maybe 6 months.
yeah.
If you have a more stable job, maybe 3 months and you're only taking care of yourself. That's important because the way we invest is long-term investing, right? And you don't want to come into a situation where you have to take money out of the market in an unfortunate time. So I think having an emergency fund is extremely important.
Okay, great.
Did you take money out of your emergency fund recently?
No?
Oh, okay.
Oh, did you?
Oh no, I didn't.
He tried to convince me to take money out of my emergency fund
To double
put
down on something.
into Anchor.
Say,
Hey, you got your money.
that's horrible. Don't. Not financial advice. Never.
Never financial advice.
Never.
Thank you for your time. Lovely. Nice.
Yes, thanks for having us
Thanks
as
for
well.
having us.
First question. What is your best and worst investment you've ever made?
I think our best time and financial investment would be into the side businesses.
A lot of businesses. It's like many things. We got agency, we got e-commerce, we got everything.
Side businesses that we started, even those that failed, feel like we learned a lot from those. And that was our best investment of time and money. Our worst investment of money would be listening to poor financial advice from financial advisors who are not very good at their job.
Oh, I said
Are you
that.
are you talking about like friends that just started type of thing?
No, it was actually not us. It is a family, someone that my dad trusted who convinced him to buy a very, very, very bad plan.
If you buy a plan, you terminate it early, you lose a lot of cash.
Yeah.
Right?
Loads
From-
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's some sort of like insurance package, the kind of thing. So
ILP type of stuff. lah.
yeah, it's basically an
Okay.
ILP.
But it was very popular back then. lah.
Yeah.
But he sold it to my dad at the wrong age.
Yeah,
Oh.
it
Very,
doesn't
very- yeah.
doesn't make sense.
He ran the numbers on Excel.
Yeah,
Mm,
you just I did the numbers. So yeah, but I can understand as well because no one really knows the future. But if you run the numbers and how the fees are collected, usually you would not be as profitable, and most of the time you would actually be in the red.
Yeah.
And
most
the thing that
scenarios.
pissed us the most off was it's likely that my dad wouldn't be around by the time he would collect the money because
Yeah.
of when he was sold that plan.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
very long plan.
yeah.
Very expensive plan too.
Yes.
Yeah, usually it's like that.
Yeah.
That one is a long discussion.
Yes,
but
yes,
I had a
yes,
personal
yes.
story to share next time.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, next question. What is one thing under $100 that's been a game changer for you?
Because trading and investing, a lot of it can be automated. When I think of a strategy, I want to automate it. So I've like trading views, so I want to code some stuff and also want to learn Python to help me code. There was a strategy that I created for crypto during the crypto boom, which is kind of like sort of a delta neutral strategy. It's not that complicated. You are shorting Bitcoin, but you are longing a whole basket of altcoins. Because if you look at the trend, when altcoins rises, they rise a lot quicker. But during downward trends, Bitcoin kind of leads the pack first. So by having this sort of hedge, the entire market moves together. So when the market moves up, I make a lot of money because all the altcoins are going like 1,000%, 10,000%, like 6,000%. But when it goes down, they all drop 50% together. But Bitcoin will also drop around 50%, maybe 40%. So the Bitcoin hedge protects me from my downside, while my altcoins keep giving me the edge as it goes up. So it's that kind of not really delta neutral strategy. I don't really know what's the name of it, but basically for traditional finance terms, maybe you would be, let's think of like the telecom sector. You would buy M1, you would buy Singtel, and you would short StarHub. Not saying that you should be doing that, but that's
Never
an
financial
example.
advice.
So if the entire market moves up, but you know that Singtel and M1's going to do better, then you make the profit from the spread. Something like that. But the thing is, because crypto moves very fast, right? One day a crypto can move 60%. So to rebalance that consistently takes a lot of time. And I didn't have the time for that. So I created a Python script that helps me rebalance the portfolio every time I make a 5% profit or a 5% loss. So it just rebalances. And so I can just sleep after that.
So where did the $100 go to?
Oh, so, right, because I couldn't code all of this myself, I spent the money to hire a tutor, a Python tutor, to teach me how to code, and then I could do all of that. Yeah.
Great. Python tutor need to come on our show lah. Right. I'm gonna get you on. Okay. Great. And you?
For me, it's this app called Notion.
Notion, love Notion.
Love
but every month I
Notion.
spend $100 because the whole team
Oh.
is using Notion. We are all on Notion, we're all on Slack, we're all on Zapier. It's automation. Ling. We don't need the comms in between.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
It's great.
I'm the biggest Notion nerd. My whole life is on Notion. I love building systems. I love building templates. So that's my favorite thing.
That is
Yes.
great. Love it. Last thing, one place you learn that you think is underrated. Can be a book, a particular website, of your favorite
I don't know.
podcast, wherever.
I mean, for us, we would say YouTube.
25-hour day.
Oh my god.
Don't watch any of the videos.
Watch it.
Don't watch any other
Pat,
videos.
25-hour day. Okay. I'm gonna watch it. But yeah.
I mean, we would say YouTube, I guess.
What's your
I mean,
favorite?
we wouldn't say that YouTube is underrated, but I'm still always surprised at.
No, like give me a channel.
Oh, a channel.
Yeah, like what is one underrated channel then on YouTube? Like, people need to know about this channel other than 25-hour day lah.
I know, it changes with seasons.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what is one?
The Weeblings.
Who I watch now? He's not even productivity. We love Andrew Huberman, but he's not
Oh,
underrated
yes,
anymore, I'm
yes.
guessing.
Yeah.
The neuroscientist, Dr. Andrew Huberman.
Well, yeah.
It's gone mainstream.
Big fan, yeah.
During
We found him when he was underrated.
we found him when no one was listening to him.
Before his podcast came out.
We will be doing our exercise and we'll be just like play him on the TV
Yeah.
back then during the lockdowns. It was quite interesting. It was
Yeah.
like giant Andrew Huberman's
Sounds
face
quite
there.
junky.
Sort of.
Same hobbies, right?
Yeah.
Like we're literally working out together, doing the same exercises, watching the
watching
same
the
thing on
same
TV.
thing.
And it's not even like a TV show, it's a guy in a black shirt sitting there talking like that.
Yeah, you know what we need to do? We need to go in and film a day in your life. Right? And then I can have a good laugh about it. But yeah. Thank you for sharing all that good jazz. Thanks, guys.